I'm here at Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary and Real-Time Rescue. Let's see if I can get this to turn. There we go. My name is Courtney, and I usually go live on Sunday mornings here once we're winding up chores for the day and kind of say hello, give everybody an update in case you've had any news or developments lately. And I have been unable to do that for a couple weeks. So I figured it's time for a little welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. This pretty girl right here is Rapunzel, and she is in a stall because unfortunately her attitude is not as pretty as the way she looks. Oh my goodness. Well, and there you have it live, although he was totally the instigator in that case. But yeah, so figured we just go around, say hi to a few people. Last night we had Chicolette's 3rd birthday bash here at the sanctuary for a fundraiser. See if I could find her to say hello. Got Merman and Frankie finishing up some hay crumbs. And as you saw, being an instigator against Rapunzel. Excuse me. So a couple to a few times a year, we like to do a fundraiser here at Goats with Horns, right, Chico? And usually we do like 1 or 2 bingo nights a year. And sometimes we have some other just interesting. We try to, keep it light and funny. We've had goats get married. We've had a chicken wedding. And we had last night our 3rd birthday bash for Chicolette. Go over and peek at her. We've got some of our littles over here that we call our dwarf and pygmy goats. These aren't all of them, but hi, Butters. Butters is our unicorn. You can see his one little scur on top of his head because the people that had him before did get him dehorned and it was botched. So we are looking at Chicolette, the birthday girl, right now. Really quick, back to the whole horn issue. We are called Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary, and that became our name because the founder wanted to speak out against animal agriculture and how they dehorn the animals. So you'll see some of the animals have horns and some don't. The ones without horns were dehorned before they came here. We would never put an animal through that. Not only is it unnecessary and cruel and extremely painful for them, but we are located in a part of the Sonoran Desert in Arizona, where the summers we get some very extreme temperatures. We're talking Fahrenheit, but 115 degrees is not uncommon, and we've been breaking records lately, maybe because of global warming, who knows, but we've just had some horrible rough summers here. And their horns are full of so many blood vessels and nerve endings that they're actually able to cool themselves down with their horns. So the poor animals here that do not have horns, that were dehorned, they have even more of a rough time than we all do in the summer. Before I became involved with this sanctuary, I kind of was a little bit ignorant about that. I thought, okay, well, for example, Willow here, she doesn't have horns, so obviously that's a girl. I thought only boys have horns or only certain animals have horns, but really girls should have horns too. There are a couple breeds of sheep where the females don't have horns, but for the most part, everybody here, with the exception of, the birds, the pigs, and the tortoises and cats, of course, they should all have horns. So like Albert here was dehorned as part of the 4-H program, but yeah, we're just, like I said, that was just my little 2 cents, my little quick lecture about horns and why dehorning is wrong, but that's not really what we're here to talk about. We're here to just say hello to everybody. Like I said, we had our birthday for Chicolette, the one in the middle over here. She turned 3 earlier in the week. So we had a fundraiser here. Cheyenne, a local woman, who has her own sanctuary with her family. They made this wonderful watermelon cake for the goats to have. I haven't posted it yet on social media, but if you'll check our description box below, you'll see like our Facebook and Instagram link. And later on this morning, I'll be posting some pictures and video from the fun bash last night. And you can see us singing happy birthday to Chicolette. This is her dad right here, Chico. And it was just such a cute and fun time. So it's kind of like we always say, there's a little bit of an aftermath after fundraisers. The animals seem a little bit extra chill and kind of tired and ready to snooze in the morning after. Good morning. It looks like we have somebody who just made a comment. You're in Arizona. And yes, we are. We're in Gilbert, Arizona. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we actually had the goats, Princess Buttercup. Mr. Gilbert was wearing a sequin top hat last night for the party. He looked absolutely just like the most dapper gentleman you've ever seen. And then Peanut and Chicolette had their little costumes on too. And we actually had them in the backyard so they were able to interact with all the guests and visitors. Not all of the animals would have liked that. And we are a sanctuary. We're not a zoo or a petting zoo. We would never force an animal to come out and interact with humans if they didn't want to. But these guys all enjoy it. They loved eating some of the popcorn. We had our popcorn machine out and our cotton candy machine for this little girl's birthday, Miss Chicolette. And they got a little bit of leftovers. They did try to eat the rose bushes, but they were very well behaved. As soon as we'd go over and be like, hey, no, stop eating that, then they'd walk over and eat some grass and go try to climb up on the picnic tables and get some attention from the visitors. So it was a great time. If you are local, we would love to have you join us next time. I think we're tentatively trying to plan a yoga event, and it would probably be kind of similar in that we would, people can bring their yoga mats. We'd be out there in the backyard, and some of our smaller goats that are comfortable and would like to interact with everybody could kind of be hanging out with us back there. Right, Peanut? Peanut was all about it last night. That's Chicolette's mom. So, of course, she had to be part of the birthday. Oh, looks like our LRN just commented that you were watching a dairy goat farmer here in Arizona and she burned their horns off. It was horrifying. I just started my first goats and could never understand why. Yeah, it's so sad. They're not given any type of pain relief or anything. And as I mentioned, their horns are full of nerve endings and blood vessels. So it's not just like fingernails or something. That was another misconception that I thought. I was like, oh, it's just like our fingernails, they just grow and it's okay to cut them off. I didn't think it would have bothered them, but yeah, they burn them sometimes. Like I said, it gets botched. Like you saw that when I was showing Butters. Is that him? Yeah, there's Butters here. We call him our unicorn. You can see his skirt. And in his case, once or twice a year, that little skirt on top of his head will actually fall off. And then it's all bloody underneath. And at that point, we have to be really careful with keeping it covered in wound coat to keep flies off of it so that he doesn't get fly strike, which is very dangerous. We also have Chicolette's dad right there, who's standing right behind Willow. And I don't know if you can see since I'm standing a little far back, but he also had a botched dehorning and he has to have our veterinarian come out and file one of his horns down. And he does get a mild, he gets like not put fully under like anesthesia, but he does get sedated just so he's calm. And she has to file it down because it starts to curve back into his skull, and it would actually dig into his head if we did not get that filed down for him. And our vet is wonderful. She's very gentle, very knowledgeable. We adore our vet. So that's something that I think it happened a few months ago. I think it's usually like once or twice a year. It's rare that I'm there on vet days. Every once in a while I do come out, but it usually happens on Tuesdays or Thursdays when the vet comes out, and our other live streamer, Karen, is there, and she has live streamed before when we've had the vet out, and she kind of assists in moving all the animals around since we have to play a little bit of musical stalls. We do have a bunch of stalls back there. Nobody lives in the stalls other than some of our ducks live in stalls. But like you saw Rapunzel at the beginning, the naughty goat, we put her away in the morning so that she doesn't come after us humans while we're out here doing everything. But then we let her out afterwards. So no, yeah, nobody lives in there. We have the cows. Actually, I already had let Nala out. The cows are another couple that get put in stalls in the morning for feeding time just because they eat hay like vacuum cleaners. They suck up so much so quickly that the other animals wouldn't have enough if we let the cows eat with them. And then they also just, if you've never heard of cows being referred to as grass puppies, cows are just so dog-like in many ways. They're just wonderful, curious, playful animals. And it's so cute and fun to have them, romp around and play. Can I let Norma out now? But it can be, let me use my hand. There we go. It can also be a little bit dangerous just because they are so big and strong. Let's see if I can get this gate open better. And they don't realize their strength and size. So we do usually keep them in stalls for a while in the morning after breakfast, just so we can kind of move freely. Another thing is kind of gross, but kind of funny. So you'll see she left a lovely pile of manure there. That's what happens. And the thing is, though, we have a poop bucket, as we call it, and we pull it around in a wagon. And for whatever reason, Norma Jean here thinks that the poop bucket is a toy. So we can't clean up poop when she's out here, because if we do, she will start to, hold on, Zeusy. He's an ankle nipper sometimes. She will run over and bump the poop bucket off the wagon and try to roll it around and throwing the poo all over the place. So that's another reason that we have to sometimes keep them in the stall for a while. But since I'm getting ready to take off, I can let everybody out. So anyway, it's been a long check-in, but like I said, it had been a couple weeks. I try to get on here every Sunday morning and give a little update. Karen touched on some things that potential tragedy that could have happened, but luckily everything was okay last Sunday regarding Nala. So if you wanted to tune into our last live stream, well, I guess not tune in, but watch. It was already recorded. I'm getting out of here. Okay, she's not doing anything. See, sometimes Rapunzel will like to kind of chase me over to the gate. It's rare, but like I said, she is all sassy one. So now I'm going to head out, and then I need to let out our sassy rooster as well. Oh, gobble, gobble, good morning. This is sweet Fernando right here. One of his lady friends. Hi, buddy. Hi, handsome. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I need to grab my glove. I purposely left my gloves over here so I'd remember to grab my missing glove when I let these guys out. Okay, so this is Tootsie. Cute little hen. And then there's Stan right behind her. Let's see if we can get a close shot. So dark, blocking all the sun. Hi, Stan. He's a very handsome boy. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, he seems to despise me. So when I let him out, I'm going to kind of briskly walk away. Just like Rapunzel, usually it's fine, but every once in a while he does like to chase me. Although I've been getting a lot braver because they can sense fear, and he knows that I'm a wimp when it comes to him. So that's why I try to be brave now. So anyways, guys, I am headed out, but I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. As I mentioned before, feel free to check out our links in the description box below and follow along, and we will see you next time. Have a great day.